errors.
There are always spelling errors. It's what we're here for. There we go. Hello, friends. We're back again. This is obviously for you who are watching VODs, because you like to watch Steven Jensen and I play Mario Kart and watch all of our friends come and join us playing Mario Kart. And I'm here, and I'm with my pal for the first time in a couple weeks, Steven Jensen. How the heck are you, my friend?
I am awesome, as we were just talking about. Had a good day today. Did some cleaning. Went and hit some golf balls. Ate some bagels and lox, a very Jewish thing to do during Hanukkah. And
Yes.
yeah, pretty proud of that. So, um, yeah, I caught up on Always Sunny. There's new Always Sunny episodes. Watched those today. Both very funny. And yeah, it's been good. I went to Dynamite last night. I know we'll talk about that once people are trickling in here. But yeah, man, cannot complain.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about your Dynamite experience. I'm also shocked that you, who I would argue is more of a fan of AEW than I am. You called yourself a super fan in the AEW
Sure,
world.
sure.
I went to a live Dynamite before you did.
Not well. I went
Oh,
last year
you
in
went to the Atlanta
Atlanta.
show. Damn it.
Yeah,
Fine, I went to
yeah,
the first post-pandemic one. Screw you.
yeah. So I
Before
I
you.
I, I did get to see. Well, you may have seen Rampage live before me
Yeah, we'll give myself that one. Sure.
then.
I had to sit through a 2 hour Rampage
That's right.
after a
Yeah.
2 hour Dynamite.
You know what? Honestly, last night, like, because they did an hour of Dark Elevation, they
Yep.
did Dynamite, and then they did Rampage, and there's a little bit of a break between Dynamite and Rampage starting, but for the most part, like, I mean, it was all over by like probably 11:15, maybe 11:30 Eastern time. It didn't feel dragged out. I mean, by the end, people kind of, you've been there for almost 4 hours and people start to get, tired, and some people leave after Dynamite and stuff. The energy drops a little bit for Rampage.
Yep.
But for the most part, it was like, you know, I went back and watched some of the stuff, and like, we were louder in person than when it came across on TV. And it still sounded pretty good on TV, but like in person, I was kind of surprised because like some of the stuff got bigger pops than like what I heard when I like rewatched it.
So I know I'm going to ask about that because that was something that troubled me midway through the show, and it didn't feel like an audience problem. It felt like a production AEW problem
Yeah.
because suddenly
Yeah.
things just like stopped.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've really just seen clips, so I don't know, like, but like for instance, like the place was loud for Sting, and then
Oh,
like when I watched the YouTube replay, like you could hear the people cheering, but like it didn't come across like it did live. And I know that's gonna be the case, a lot of the time, but like, and then another thing, and the cameras had cut off by this time, but that place was going crazy for Cody after that show ended. Like there
really?
was no one booing. Oh my god, dude! But it was wild because he does this whole speech afterwards about being from Atlanta, being in front of his home audience. Like nothing makes him more proud than wrestling in it, in Georgia and all this stuff. He's been wrestling in Georgia since he was 15. Blah 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 blah. And so everyone's and he had just gone through a flaming table and like caught fire and was rolling around. I mean, that was crazy. So like by the end of it, everyone is going crazy and cheering. Like no one's booing in the crowd. And then he grabs the golden shovel and walks up the ramp, and I'm like, wait a second, is he gonna keep using that? Because like that's such a heel thing. Like it's so he's really playing the fine line there, and I think it's really smart because something else that I noticed all around me before Cody came out, people asking the people they were with if they were gonna boo or cheer. Like they didn't
Really?
like yeah, it's like it isn't like an organic like we all hate you. It's like okay, what's the cool thing to do? We all boo and we all cheering. Like it was pretty interesting.
I mean, you can't boo Cody. You're not allowed to. You have all these stories and you have a history with him. You're not allowed to boo him.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't, but
I
yeah.
know
I mean,
you're
I'm
biased,
I'm
is what I'm
I'm
saying.
I'm biased, yeah. But like there were people like in the row behind me, just a whole row of Smart Mark fans that were pretty annoying throughout the show. We could talk about them a little bit, but like it was all of that. I mean, it was, and half of them were booing, half were cheering, but it was like they were all like huddled up, like, all right, we boo and we cheering, like how are we gonna do this? And like I could hear multiple pockets of people like asking if they should boo or cheer, because like it's turned into almost the Cena type thing where it's like it's just becoming a cool thing to boo Cody, but no one can really like put their finger on why they're booing him. Most people, you know what I mean? So it's like it's really, and then Cody goes out there, has this great match with Andrade, goes through this flaming table, he's rolling around literally on fire. And I think that by the end of the show, everyone in that arena was like, we have nothing to be booing right now. And everyone finally just gave this like huge applause. I thought it was awesome.
Hey man, that's the Cody way though. He gives you everything he's got, and it doesn't matter if you love him or hate him. You can't fault him for going through a flaming table and making you feel bad about your decisions in life.
Yeah, so he got a good reaction. Brandy got booed, but then she got cheered when she lit the table on fire. It was really interesting. I ran into Brandy before the show started. Like, happened to be walking right next to her on the way into the building.
Was she wearing the bandana and the hood up and the
no. But she had Pharaoh with her. She was doing like a meet and greet.
Okay, that's cool.
And I walked up to her and she was like in a rush. She had security all around her, and like it was clear like they didn't want me talking to her like as she was like trying to like get from one place to another. But I like had a quick second to be like, hey Brandy, I want you to know I have a friend Jesse Davidge is in the hospital. Y'all send her care package and stuff at the hospital. Like I said, I really appreciate it. I know she really appreciates it. So like I think it's cool as hell that y'all did that for a fan, you know?
Yeah.
And Brandy was like, oh yeah, no. Like she saw for a second, was like, oh yeah, no problem. Like we're so happy to do stuff like that. But it was like, I tried to at least like give some thanks back when I had the opportunity, because people know I'm not a Brandy fan. Like I don't think she should be on the show. I'm not a fan of hers. But like she's done some pretty nice stuff behind the scenes that like doesn't get recognized. You know what I mean? So
I hear you. And yeah, I think the story had come out that she had some flowers, I think, sent to Jesse.
Balloons.
And of course, they've been and some balloons, and they've been in contact, which is sweet. I love the outpouring of support. I've heard you say on various shows that you and Jesse are very close, and we wish her the best. And I think it's actually really sweet that you were able to say that to Brandy, even if she doesn't know your connection to Jesse.
Exactly.
I think it's nice that someone kind of acknowledges beyond just what you see online. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. So but yeah, man, I mean, I'm trying to think of like some stuff throughout the show. Was there anything like any questions you had about the show, or anything in particular you wanted to know about?
I mean, as we're playing, I'm sure we're gonna get into it and talk about it and do all that. Hitman Punks here saying that Cody had to go through all the heat just to get the cheers again, and there's a certain amount of truth to that.
The literal heat of the flames off the table. Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, and part of the like his arm caught fire, and then like it landed on Andrade's chest like while he was pinning him. And Andrade was like putting the fire out like while he's getting pinned. I mean, that was wild, dude. Like, I mean,
you can see. I mean, all of Twitter was just like, I want to take whatever's on Cody's back and get rid of it. Like nobody knew that it was that flame retardant gel or like some sort of spray. They all thought that it was a sunburn, or that he had got a bad tan job or something. No one figured out what it actually was, except a few of us who were just like, oh, flaming table spots. And then when it happened, it was like, that was neat. Like that was really well done. And then a lot of people were just like, oh, now I feel bad for saying that Cody has a bad sunburn and needs to get his back waxed. Not so much there.
All these wrestling fans jumping to conclusions.
It's what we do, man. That's how we do it. Baseball is Best saying baseball is not the best because of the lockout. That sucks. Asking how our Hanukkah is. Actually, baseball is best. It's not just my Hanukkah. It's everyone's Hanukkah, including our friend Steven's. I have not eaten a ton of donuts. I don't know about you yet. Have you eaten donuts?
I love donuts. I have not eaten any though. I did eat a bunch of bagels today though, which is like almost like the sister of a donut.
Yeah, it is.
I showed it off the other day. I don't have any of my yarmulkes with me, but I have this this yarmulke from 1995 with the Power Rangers on it that I wear throughout Hanukkah. I threw it off on the distraction earlier this week if you want to check it out. But yeah, Hanukkah, and then also for Christmas, like so the way that my family works, it's strange. But I was raised Jewish, bar mitzvah when I was 13, the whole deal. My dad was raised Christian. My mom was Jewish, and so we always like celebrated Hanukkah and Christmas to a degree. And my grandmother is Christian as well, so like she's the one who's usually like giving us gifts over the holidays. So we always did it on Christmas. So the way that it works out nowadays is we just open presents or whatever we get together on the 25th on Christmas.
Yep.
But like me and my brother keep the little Jewish traditions. And my stepbrother is actually Jewish as well.
Oh, cool.
Or what was raised Jewish, bar mitzvah. He'd probably consider himself more like, because I'm in all honesty, I'm a bit more like agnostic nowadays. But like I think there's a lot of like values and like kind of the Jewish traditions. And my mom being Jewish, like it meant so much to her that it's like I try to recognize the Jewish holidays now that I'm as an adult, just to kind of keep that part of it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a lot of Jews nowadays, as it turns in from like a wrestling show to like a show about growing up with religion.
Yes.
I think a lot of Jews become cultural Jews. We identify with our upbringing. We identify with the types of people we were surrounded with as kids and maybe as adults. But like the practices are there, but we're not necessarily like rah God and stuff. It's more like the communal aspects. It's the stuff that we were all together as people. That's what we remember. Like I remember times with my family during the holidays. That's what I most identify with now. It's not about necessarily going to the synagogue and praying. Like that doesn't affect me as much as the ability to be around people, that communal aspect.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think it's something where like, I think like, you can convert to Judaism, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that that's something where like I have that's great, but I also feel like when you're kind of born into it, it's just kind of in your blood. Like even if you kind of like don't like practice later on, you kind of like it's just a part of who I am for whatever reason. Like
for sure.
So
my wife's a convert and she understands all the stuff, but she didn't grow up with it. So while she's still hopefully very much a part of everything, it wasn't ingrained in her as a kid. So there's still something about learning all this stuff as you grow into your Judaism, whatever that means. What?
No, well, it's Hanukkah. It's Hanukkah.
It's Hanukkah.
And I don't get to talk about. I honestly don't get to talk about this stuff with anybody else. There's no one else I know who like was raised Jewish that I talk to on a regular basis. So.
I don't shy away from it. Like I really don't. I just find it funny that like you and I get together on a wrestling channel and start talking about Judaism and other forms of just being Jewish. And
by the way,
Jewish friends in the chat. Like, and that's great. I think it's lovely to be able to share that with people. And those who aren't Jewish, well, you're still welcome under the tent, man. Just come and hang out. We're not gonna convert you, but we'll certainly chat with you.
100%. There's no right or wrong answer as far as I'm concerned. Do whatever works for you. Yes. Live the best life you can live. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't judge anybody based on anything that they really, whatever makes you happy. You know what I mean? Whatever you think is the best option for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yes.
All good.
Yes. We want to play some video games.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm on the screen.
All right. So am I now. I will be in a second. I'm going to take this code that you all see right now, and I'm also going to put it in the chat so that I can reference it later. And if anyone wants to join us, grab your Switch, grab your Nintendo Online, and come and join us. Officially, this all starts at 7:30, but Jensen and I can play now because we're the fucking best.
Because we're the only ones in here right now.
That too. Join.
I just joined it.
I'm about to. I just gotta create my person. I'm just doing the same stuff as always.
Are we playing on 150?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Where are you at? Random. And also, tell us if the audio is good, because that's my thing. I care about the audio stuff.
Yes, I won't be able to hear any of it. All I can hear is the voice of Joel Pearl and the voice of Fred Durst right now, because I'm listening to Limp Bizkit. I always listen to Limp Bizkit while I'm playing these games.
I'm gonna open my Spotify. I haven't thought about this. Jeremy was like trying to give me shit the other day when we were doing a stream. Oh no, I think it was last time we were playing Kart, and he was just like, what was he saying? You know, I hate it when you're listening to when you're listening to games or listening to music while we're playing games. Like, buddy, do what you want. Hey, someone else is here with us.
Yeah, someone else in here. Who we got? Who is this?
Identify
The chat.
Who are you? Yeah. Come and say hi.
Who's that look like? Who do we know that looks like that? Anybody?
Apparently, it's Joshua M64.
Joshua M64.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, dude.
Talking about TNA viewership?
You said something about Gene. There might be a little mistake in there. Baseball is best. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking. Yeah, Impact viewership's very low.
I mean, listen. Last week was Thanksgiving, and they aired a 1 hour wrestling.
Wrestle House.
So, like, I kind of get it.
Sure. I didn't even bother reviewing that on the weekend.
Yeah, like,
Skip that completely.
Literally anything else. I understand.
Yeah, but I know you like Wrestle House. Some people like, and like you said, it was a Thanksgiving thing. Like, they weren't expecting people to tune in.
Right. I think they very much knew what was coming, and they just, dealt with it adequately.
Yeah,
And
I agree, but what's that?
And put Chris Sabin in a towel for 2 hours.
Oh, is that what they did? I honestly haven't even like watched the whole thing.
They made it into a memeable thing. It was funny, stupid. It's Wrestle House. You either like it or you don't. There's like no in between.
I know they've got they did. I read out a bunch of spoilers the other day for the Weekender.
I loved when you were like, "That was the first time I've ever had spoilers where I don't actually know the results of the match."
Yeah, no, I didn't know what was going on because it was oh, dude, I have to change the thing. Somehow I turned the motion control back on. I'm gonna bounce out of this real quick to fix that since it doesn't matter with this race.
Sure.
But yeah, like, cause when I read the spoilers on the show, I like to do it blind because like it's more fun for me, I think, and more fun for people to hear like my actual reaction to knowing what's happening.
Right.
And yeah, there was like 2 matches on there. They're just like unknown result. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I just heard you reading. You're like, this is the first time I think this has ever happened to me.
Yeah, and by the way, if y'all read any spoilers for this for Rampage or Rampage or Elevation on Fightful's website, take a look at who the courtesy of is from, because
you got a byline, my dude. You got
total mole, huh? I got a
byline.
Yeah, well, my name is like on the thing.
You bet.
Yeah.
I saw it immediately, and I was like, "There's only one person who would have given us those spoilers."
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll be doing it I'll be at Terminus. Oh,
nice.
Like, Fightful's gonna send me there. I'm really happy about it. Like, I'm just gonna go and give them info about like what's going on in the show. So, all right, the motion control. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I'm glad the audio is good. Thank you for letting me know. Baseball, are you asking if Terminus is taped?
I legitimately don't know yet. I was like assuming it was gonna be like live on Fight or something, or like some sort of platform like that. But like I honestly hadn't thought about it because I'm gonna be there live. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna be like you said on Fight. So if it is, then there's taped.
I'm by myself on the thing.
Okay.
Let me I'll leave the group and I'll go back in. See if that works.
I'm gonna leave. Go back.
It was almost like Excite Bike, right?
Yeah. So Josh, if you're watching, come back. Leave and come back. Hey, what's going on, Supersonic? Your second favorite Mario Kart mascot racer.
You know what I'm thinking about getting? And I think it was on discount recently. And if it is still, I'll be even more likely to get it. The Mario Kart Home Circuit. I've been fascinated with this thing for like a year now. And I have a perfect place to do it. Like, I have a hardwood apartment that's like 4 different rooms that's like all connected in like a big hallway, and like I could really set up some like cool courses in here, I think. And now I think they come with like a Mario and a Luigi, and you can play split screen. So like, yeah, so like that'd be pretty fun if I get one and my brother gets one, and I could just like make crazy courses all over my place here. And I could actually, I have a big spot outside, like a little like a kind of like a big deck area, for my complex here, right next to like my front door, and like I can build a whole course out there that goes like outside, back inside, and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. What do you think about that game? Have you seen much about that?
So I've seen a few people play it. Actually, Awesome. Creed did it on Up, Up, Down, Down. They brought it like to a WWE event and like set it up and played it when it first came out.
That's
and
cool.
It looked like so cool. So I would definitely go back and play it. I think I know some other people who have done it too. But it looks like fun. Like, I don't know where I would personally be able to play it, but I would totally try it.
You know what would be fun? And I've seen some people on Twitch do it. And I don't know how popular the game is, because like I know it came out like a year ago, but like if we did something for like Twitch where like we set up the screen of like a camera on the screen, but also like a camera of the actual course. Like if I put a camera like out in my living room that was like showing the little cart going around my living room.
Okay.
But like you could also put like a second screen that that shows the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool.
I mean, I'm down to try anything. That's
That'd be pretty cool. It's wild, man. Like, augmented reality is that's really the future, and like that game is just proof of it's like mind blowing to me. But like that's like nothing compared to where this is all headed for
sure.
games and for life in general. But like, how did I miss that with the?
Oh, I see you now.
Yeah, it just hit me with a red shell, even though I threw a bomb at it and I missed it somehow.
Womp womp. Sorry, there's still time for you to use. Wahaha. So you're just vibing to what do you call it? Printers.
Limp Bizkit. Yeah, then their new album that most people have like totally panned. It's called Still Sucks, so Limp Bizkit still sucks.
Yeah, of course.
But there's a couple songs in here I really like, actually, but for the most part I get the criticism. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, everyone's like, man, it's over, and it's like, dude, it's been over for 20 years. Like, the point is like that they're still out there having fun making music. Like,
yeah,
they're not trying to take over the world again or anything. Like,
yeah, like they're living the dream, and the dream is making money, making music.
Yeah.
Getting
and like
stupid amounts of money for it.
And like half the songs are like about like how they know that so many people like talk shit or like don't like their music, but like just doing it anyways. Like, who cares? But yeah, let's listen to some. And then when this album ends, I'll probably pick another Limp Bizkit album. Just listen to a bunch of Limp Bizkit.
It's like your wind up music. There we go. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah. M64.
Yeah. I'm sitting here with my Spotify on shuffle. Nothing angry has come up yet, so I can't drive angrily yet. Come on, let's go. Let's see. Oh, hello.
Sweet Canyon. One thing about this game that I really wish they would do, just because it's been out for so long and there hasn't been like a new one in a while, like a Mario Kart 9 or whatever, they really should add some like DLC maps to this. Like, give us some new courses soon. Like,
yeah, I don't want to spend more money on it.
Me either. Exactly. Like, I think from here on out, like the only gaming console I'm getting like anymore is just the Nintendo consoles, because I have the most fun just playing those games. Outside of, I mean, it makes the game worse. Like, it's pretty awesome how they figured this out.
It's true. I I eventually am gonna do a bit more traveling and probably gonna want to, for like long haul travels, bring my Switch and actually play in dock mode, or not in dock mode, in handheld mode. But
Yeah,
yeah, if nothing else, like you can also just bring the Switch, bring your controller, and just play that with the controller,
exactly.
which
Yep.
like I'm totally fine with. All right, tournament
Yeah.
is open at 7:30. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Um, yeah, the last flight I went on, I brought my Switch and just like set it up, and I could run like Hulu and that kind of stuff off of it, like to like watch, like use it just to watch TV or whatever. And then I've had, you know, but if you wanted a game, like I started getting motion sick playing Mario Kart on the airplane because I already get motion sick.
Oh no.
So I stopped and I like switched to like that Untitled Goose game I've told you about, where it's literally just like it's like a goose simulator walking around town and stuff.
Yep.
And I just like zoned out and played that, drank like double Jack and Cokes on the plane, just ran around as a goose. My stepbrother came and picked me up from the airport. Definitely couldn't drive.
Are you sure? Are you sure you were motion sick and not drunk?
Yeah, no, but that's man, I get the worst motion sickness on planes. It's so bad. I hate it.
Gotta try.
I have to take Dramamine, and I take fucking what's it called? The anxiety medicine.
Oh,
Xanax.
Xanax is what,
Yeah. My doctor, like, I go to literally, the only time I go see this doctor is when I have to fly, and I go see him. I've been seeing the guy since I was like 13 years old, and like I just go up to him, it's like, man, I'm gonna be on an airplane. I need 2 Xanax pills. Like that's literally all I want. I want one for the flight there, one for the flight back. Like I don't take anything else the rest of the year when it comes to anything like that, but it's just flying for me. It's the worst.
Dude, I'm lucky. I have never had that kind of problem with travel. I've always been a pretty chill traveler. Never needed that stuff.
I envy that. Like there was this girl I was dating right after college. I'll never forget it because she wound up going on to like work on like cruise ships and like live in different countries and flies all over the place. But like in college, we were working together at a hotel, and I was living in Orlando, Florida at the time, and we flew from Orlando to Atlanta, and I'll never forget it because I'm literally like I'm like sitting there before we're taking off, just like pale and like just trying everything I can not to throw up before we leave. And she's just sitting next to me eating like this giant omelet, like having like a mimosa, like just so happy, you know. And I'm like just trying not to throw up. Like that's all I'm doing. Like, oh, it's so bad.
My wife is not a great traveler herself. She's gotten better, but like I remember the first time we went on like on a plane together. We flew to Cuba, and she had my arm in a vice grip the entire way.
That's me. Yep.
Nervous. Yeah. She's not that much anymore, but
good for her.
Time, man, yeah, it affected her hard.
Yeah. See, I totally get it.
It's tough. Like I feel for those who struggle when traveling or flying. That sucks.
Because it also takes so much out of you that like when you land, like for me when I land, if I get somewhere, like I pretty much just want to go to the hotel and go to sleep for like the night. Like I don't want to like I'm not ever in the mood to like be doing anything the night I fly in. So I always have to go in like a day early if there's something I'm going for, so I can like get all like the nervousness and like sickness out of me before I have something to do the next day or whatever. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And so a big part of the problem is like when you get like motion sickness like I do, like it might not go away throughout the entire flight. So, like if it starts with like, 5 minutes into like a 3-hour flight, it might just be happening the whole 3 hours. Like anyways, that all being said, it was comforting that I had my Nintendo Switch with me the last time I had to fly. Because at least I knew, like, if I was gonna get sick, at least I could watch Hulu. So
yeah. Can watch all those episodes of WWE Main Event.
Is that where they are?
On Hulu? Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I watch 205 Live. I watch 205 Live on Hulu and then NXT UK on Peacock whenever I'm like doing it for the weekend. Or
Oh yeah.
Hulu is real easy to watch 205 Live on because it's got the timestamps for the matches, and then like you always know the big gap is like whatever they're showing from like Raw. So like you can go like the first two matches, watch them real quick, skip like half the show because it's just Raw stuff that I don't need to know, and then the main event.
I will say this about 205. I think I'm starting to see what they're trying to make 205 Live into. And you know what it is? And you're gonna like, if you, I know you don't follow NXT, but if you peripherally follow NXT, you'll see it. It's their version of Dark.
Yeah. Sure.
They're now starting to debut talent that are showing up on 205 onto NXT 2.0, and like, it's their way of using like a non pressure environment and a non-live environment to get them on TV and judge whether or not they're worth investing in further TV.
Yeah, when I think you're totally right about that, and like, and I don't think that's necessarily even like a bad idea. It's just still concerning when like the track record of like everyone that's been a main part of 205 Live for the last like 2 years isn't in the company anymore.
For sure, I agree with you, but I'm coming at it in the view of like, if they're really trying to recreate their developmental system, or at least the way that they put on their developing system, that's how they want to do it.
Right.
Like that's how they want to make their investments known, or at least viewed.
Sure. Yeah, I'm
Whether
with
or not
you.
it's successful, that's a totally different conversation. But
Sure.
like, in terms of how they want the content to flow, I think that's what they're working towards.
I also saw something about, isn't Joe Gacy the next challenger for Roderick Strong?
Yeah.
And so, like, if he wins, like, that won't be, either the title's gonna go away or it won't be a cruiserweight title anymore, right?
Yeah,
so
they're just gonna rebrand that title, and that's the whole point of the story for them too. Was Gacy saying, get rid of the weight limit, and Bivens and Strong being like, yeah, fine, forget the weight limit. I just want to fight you for this title.
Ooh, you know what it is? It's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. We've heard that before.
It's absolutely their X Division title, and I'm so in for that shit because it's so absurd, but it's so much fun. Like, I don't put any serious stock into wrestling. I think pretty much everyone who knows me knows that. Hell, I just tweeted out today an entire like NWA booking strategy with the Tyrus story that I've told a million times. And people are like, oh shit, it's true, it's gonna happen.
That he's gonna retain enough times to get the title shot and win the title, win the world title.
He'll drop it to Scion this weekend at ×2, and then he'll go up. Murdoch will also retain, and then the story will go into the new year that Tyrus wants the 10 pounds of gold, and he's gonna win the 10 pounds of gold in his first or second attempt, and then Aldis, who's also like red hot babyface, will win the 10 pounds of gold back from Tyrus. Because people will be so fucking sick and tired of that if they're not already. But also, then the 10 pounds of gold gets on Fox fucking News, and like, that's good enough for Billy.
Yes.
I hate it. Like, don't get me wrong.
No.
I
know.
I don't like when I do this, but like, it makes perfect marketing sense to me.
Man, yeah.
And it's why nobody pays attention to the NWA.
It's tough. That one's usually the stuff that I review on the Weekender is like stuff that NWA is more of like a chore of a watch each week, where I'm like, you know what I mean? I can't get that excited usually about what I'm about to see.
It drove Jeremy to madness. Like, he hated everything about his life because of that stupid show. He was miserable. Funny. And that's eventually he was like, we're not covering this anymore. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Now that I think of it, he never put results up for like NWA last week, I don't think.
I guess not, but he was also on vacation. So.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point too. Because sometimes, like, when what I do for like when I prep the weekender each week, I go through Fightful's website and I pull all the results so that like I don't have to sit there and type everything about everything. So I've got like tabs of like all the stuff I'm gonna cover, and then I go in like a document and I put notes about the finishes of the matches and storylines and whatnot, and like a little document that I use. But like usually I can refer to like the Fightful results while I'm talking, and I remember being like, where's NWA this week? Like, where's MLW this week? It's like, oh yeah, Jeremy was on vacation. That probably is why I didn't see those this week.
Yep, there it is. So there you go. If y'all want a behind-the-scenes reason to love Jeremy even more, there it is. The man legit keeps shit running in this place.
Well, but it's also tough too with that show for me sometimes, because like with MLW, for instance. Like, I read out the results to this stuff like months ago. So I'm like, how is it still catching up to those tapings from forever ago? But like, the show itself has been really good in my opinion. The talent they're using in the MLW, I think, has been really good. The matches have been good. Like, I like everything they're doing for the most part. But it's like, man, they need to be doing more stuff live. I just feel like it kills the potential buzz for them.
I agree. There's so much potential, especially with the talent that they have. But unfortunately, if they can't go live, they got nothing. Like the heat dies down. You hear so and so is the new champion, and you've been waiting forever to see it, and you don't get to see it because nobody has any clue. Like nobody cares. The heat's gone. Right.
When so much has happened at that point in the world of wrestling with all other companies that like it just gets lost in the. Like, I don't think I saw one person on Twitter, and then again, I wasn't really looking, but like, was anyone talking about how Matanza showed up on MLW? Like, I thought that was cool as hell. Like,
nobody knew. Like, nobody paid attention to it. Also, did he show up on Thanksgiving?
No, well, I can't remember if he showed up on the most recent episode this week or not, but he was in the War Chamber match with Team Contra.
Gotcha.
Which was cool because they have that whole tie-in with Lucha Underground. So to see him as Matanza, because obviously it's Jeff Cobb. So to see him as Matanza was like, because Matanza was a badass Lucha Underground.
Right.
And then, but when he was like really over then, and then it was like, oh damn, he's back. Like, this is pretty cool. This probably gets some people talking. And then like no one said anything about it. I was like, damn, I guess just nobody cared.
Nobody remembered.
Yeah.
The Matanza curse.
Both you guys after I get hit by the green shell or the blue shell. I got hit by a blue shell and then a red shell. Cheat.
Chad, I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I'm just trying to pick up some cuts. One time Barry crawled in my house. Oh, I just missed the green shell that was coming right at me. And then I just jumped a big old trolley. That's how badass I am.
I'm gonna try to.
I know I'm gonna get blue shell them last second.
Oh no! You got me.
Yeah, the NXT Openweight title. That was the other joke that people were making. I wanted to call it the inclusive weight title. Just like really pile on the stupid shit that he does. I love the Joe Gacy character, and that's also because people think I'm Joe Gacy.
Is he just kind of like a Bray Wyatt type thing, right? Where he like. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, by the way. Like,
no. I don't take it like that. I don't think it's Bray Wyatt though, because he's not doing Hocus Pocus. He's doing serial killer motif.
But he's also kind of like cult leader guy, right? Because like the Harlan or whatever is like following him, and I'm sure like he's not the only one that'll like.
He's doing a John Wayne Gacy kind of character.
Right.
That's kind of what it is.
Wait, John Wayne, like the clown?
Like the killer. Like
the killer clown. Yeah. That's what John Wayne Gacy was, right? He was like the birthday party clown that.
Well, it's similar, but more the killer aspect than the dressing as a clown, unless he decides to start doing the makeup. At which point,
that'd be wild.
Game over. I'm for it.
Yeah. Oh, they're so that show's on Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, we're doing a watch along.
Okay. I may jump in on that depending on what time it's at. Like, it depends on kind of with football, but it'd be interesting to watch that because I haven't watched NXT since the last takeover, so like
Literally.
I'm super out of the loop. Yeah, literally the last takeover. What are they calling? It was just War Games.
It's just War Games. They just got rid of the takeover motif, which like I
Gotcha.
get.
Yeah, sure. It's rebranding. I mean, like it just is what it is. Sure. I'm not saying that can be that. Right. But I'm interested to see kind of what the new. The only thing about like the quote unquote new NXT I've seen was I watched Tommaso Ciampa and Braun Breaker. Yeah, I almost called him Braun Steiner. I gotta get over the calling him Steiner thing. I get. Just call him Steiner. What the hell, guys? Just call him the freaking name.
I don't know.
Save us all the hassle.
That doesn't bug me. I see people getting big mad.
Because he's a Steiner. I mean, why would you take that from it? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I think there's more to it than people think. I also think that the biggest mistake that he made, like Bronson Rex Steiner, was making his Twitter handle Rex Steiner and getting everyone fucking excited, and they all got attached to it.
That name was perfect.
It was. Don't get me wrong. It was perfect for him, but like, eventually you just kind of got to give it up and be like, let him get over like this. And he is. Like, he's absolutely getting over this way. Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, that's really what matters the most. Like, the name's definitely secondary to, like, you know, if he's getting over, that's good for him. He's got a long way to go from what I saw in the Ciampa thing, but there's a lot of potential there, and that's what I think people get excited about, is, like, how good he could become.
Right. Well, I mean, he passed the HBK ladder match test this past week.
He had a ladder match?
He had a ladder match with Johnny Gargano. And
oh, really?
It was quite good. People did not expect Big Man to have a good time in a ladder match, but he did.
I might actually watch that.
It was fun. It was a good match. Actually, if you're going to watch NXT, watch the opening and the closing matches, because they did Kaylee Ray versus Dakota Kai in a ladder match. Because it was War Games advantage. That was the game.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, those two went ham. It was a really good match.
Okay, so Kaylee Ray is just because I haven't seen her on UK in a while, so like she's just on.
Oh yeah, she moved. After she dropped the title, she moved stateside, and they waited to debut her. Actually, they debuted her before the rebrand, and then she got lost for a few weeks, and now she's actually like part of things.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I was confused about, because I know that she had debuted, and then it's like hadn't really heard anything in a minute. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, she's good. I mean, you said it was her and Dakota Kai in a ladder match?
Yeah, and they haven't had a one-on-one match, at least that I've noticed. Definitely not in WWE.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I might check that out as well. It sounds good. I definitely want to see... I did see the thing that Fightful Select put up the other night. It might have been last night, about O'Reilly and Gargano and kind of where they're at. So.
Well, yeah, it's no secret that Gargano had signed an extension.
Right.
Because that's been out for a week. Anything that's really been out for more than 15 minutes is open season at this point.
But O'Reilly would have had to also, right, to like still be a part of it, or like no one knows for sure the exact date he was. Everyone said December, but no one knows for sure, I guess, what part of December.
That's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Baseball. I don't know if I'm getting Steven's hopes up. Like I can only tell you what I enjoy. Like whether he likes it or not, I am. That's up to him.
No, I think he's talking about O'Reilly, showing up last night at AEW.
That was so fucking great.
Because that you did kind of get my hopes up for that, but yeah, no,
sorry,
the rest
that was
of
my
it,
best bit.
But the rest of it though, like I mean, I'm not a huge Gargano fan. Like, it's not that I dislike the guy. I think he's really, really good in the ring, but like, he just comes across super dweeby to me in a lot of ways. Hard for me to get behind him, but he has good matches. But Steiner or Braun Breaker.
I know. Like someone in the chat saying, like, just give him his name. I get that. I do.
If he didn't look like a Steiner and sound like a Steiner and wrestle like a Steiner,
and they keep bringing up little like jabs at him being a Steiner.
Right. It's like the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
It was like, in a lot of ways, kind of when they like the whole Michael McGillicuddy thing with Joe Hennig, where it was like not only are you gonna give him not his not the Hennig name, but like this is a goofy name. Like
yes, yeah.
Braun Breaker is a goofy name. But anyway, once again, the potential that I've seen out of him just in the Ciampa match, and the buzz he has online, like he's got to be doing something right. And I think that if he's, if he had a ladder match with Johnny Gargano and people were saying, they thought it was really good, like that's probably worth me going out of my way to check.
Right. I do recommend it.
Oh, you got me with that. The tire came and hit me.
I boomed you.
Oh, is that what that was?
No, no, no.
I don't know if they showed it last night. Oh, you got me with the bomb though. I don't know if they showed. I don't know if they showed it last night on the show. I'm assuming just the live crowd saw it. But last night during Dynamite, Adam Cole came out before. He came out to do commentary and Orange Cassidy was coming out to the ring.
Okay.
And Adam Cole came out and did his full entrance, and then just walked right back up the ramp.
No, they did show that.
Oh, they did?
They made reference to it because they were like, oh, of course he's got to go all the way around. He's got to do all the stupid shit. It was really funny.
That's funny because he got a massive pop. I hope that came across well because the place was loud for him.
He's one of those guys that you got to put him out every week because he's always gonna get that reaction, and it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also, CM Punk got a massive reaction.
Yep.
There were some Lee Moriarty fans in the house. Like that was cool.
Dude, how good was that match? Holy crap.
Man, that was fun to watch. Yeah, that was really cool. Now, I was talking about it a little bit earlier, but there was this one dude who was sitting behind me, like directly behind me. And this happens every time I go to a wrestling show. And I know it's happening throughout the whole arena. Like, it isn't just the guy behind me. Like, there's that guy is all over the place. But, I was sitting in front of just the biggest mark ever. Like, the kind of mark that, is such a mark that they think they're a part of it. He thinks that this guy was doing full-on yelling color commentary from his seat.
Oh no!
Trying to predict all the moves before they happened and stuff, and it was just it was super annoying. And he kept saying, I was telling you before we went live, but this dude was just telling whole rows full of people all this there's all this misinformation about wrestlers and the way their contracts work and even just getting just basic stuff wrong about just storylines and wrestling and stuff. And I'm just sitting there, I'm here to have a good time. I'm not turning around and correcting this dude. He can have his fun. I don't really care. But it was just one of those things that just became so annoying. And I just had to sit there and took it. But yeah, anyways. What am I trying to say? Don't be that guy. I guess if you're hearing this, because if anyone out here is listening to that, no one needs to know that you think you're the biggest wrestling fan of all time and all this stuff. Because the same guy, because he drove for 4 hours to come to Dynamite.
Jeez.
He told. I overheard him telling people because he was at the show by himself too, and that's part of it. Yeah, see, that's part of it, and that's part of why I don't because there's that fine line there, I think, between this guy's annoying, but also understanding that he probably doesn't get to talk about wrestling at all to anybody else in his life except for when he goes to these shows. Yeah, exactly. But what was even sadder, and when I really was oh man, then I started feeling bad for him. He said he had recently drove 7 or 8 hours to WWE. Jesus. And I was dude, so you just go, I wasn't talking to him, I just overheard this, but I'm just thinking so this dude just travels all over the place and goes to wrestling shows and just does this wherever he goes. Just sits down by himself in a crowd and just yells the entire time about, oh dude, he marked out so hard when Leo Rush came out because he thought he was wrestling, and he was jumping around and bumping into people that you could tell they were man, what's wrong with this guy? And then you realize Leo Rush wasn't wrestling, and he sat down and all of a sudden started crying. It was pretty funny.
Oh, that poor bastard. Wait a minute, did this guy have an internet account and call himself the Otaku?
Dude, oh shit. Oh man. But yeah, there was a part of me. I almost like wanted to ask what his Twitter was, just so I could just see what was going on with this dude. But everyone around us was annoyed except for like this one family, like this father son, like that were sitting next to me, and everyone else around this dude, you could tell were kind of trying to be like, come on, man, like you've been yelling for 3 hours straight, like just, and like you're calling the wrong stuff. Like he's yelling like 450. I like people who like don't do 450s, and like I mean it was like, but then this father son were like encouraging it. They were like turning around like laughing at his jokes and stuff, and I was like, dude, like please stop beating the troll. Like if no one reacts to this guy. And then the coup de grace for the night for me, this might have outdone the Cody spot, was this guy yells this completely sexist comment about the size of Chris Statlander's butt out, like just yells it, and the whole place just goes silent. Like no one laughed, no one commented, and he goes, "Yeah, I might regret saying that." And it was out loud. I was like, "Oh my god, this dude."
That's what you regret saying.
Like, yeah. Like, because he realized immediately, like, oh shit, like, I shouldn't have yelled what I just yelled. It's like, what? Like, this guy just had no filter. But, once again, it's one of those things, like, when you buy a ticket, have fun. You can really yell and say whatever you want, but just, like, be aware that, like, everyone around you doesn't need to hear you just yelling.
Right, like, don't be a disrespectful prick.
Yeah. It was, oh man, it was an experience. But
that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because like my buddy that I went to the show with, he was he was just trying to be polite also, so neither of us said anything about this guy all show. We just kind of like dealt with it. And like the second we left, he was like, man, he's like, I know people annoy me easily, but like that dude that was right behind you, and I was like, dude, he annoyed the shit out of me the whole I didn't want to say anything either because I didn't want to be a dick, but like he was like, yeah, man, like I'm surprised nobody said anything that whole time. And then he was like, the Chris Statlander thing, and I was like, yeah, dude, like that was real embarrassing. Like,
oh god,
that was a good match too. Statlander and Ruby Riott. That was another one.
Fun,
I wish Statlander would have won, but like I don't mind Riott winning. I'm big on Statlander.
I'm ready for her to break through and start getting a little bit more out of her time in AEW so far.
Yeah, I agree. She's still new though, so I mean, there's she's got time, but she also, I think she was the highest selling action figure on Ringside Collectibles last week. So like,
Ooh.
so and it makes sense for a few reasons. Like it's her first ever action figure, and she's very toyetic. Like the way that she looks with the paint and all that stuff, like that makes her a good action figure. Where the flip side is like, so this is just like the sad, not sad, but this is the truth. And this isn't me being a jerk, but in the world of wrestling, the female action figures tend to not sell very well, and that's right. It's a combination of a lot of things. Because I think a lot of it, I'm not trying to pigeonhole anyone based on their gender or whatever. You know what I mean? But like, traditionally speaking, a lot more girls are going to play with Barbie dolls, a lot more guys are going to play with action figures and that kind of stuff, and they get a lot of the guy action figures and leave a lot of the girl action figures there. Now there's some exceptions to that. Like I said, Chris Statlander just sold great. I think Britt Baker has sold well. I think Sheeta's done all right, but Riho has been sitting on the pegs everywhere. But that's one of those things where it's like she doesn't have face paint, she doesn't have a title belt. Well, she actually came with the title belt, but yeah. My point is like, it was a good sign for me to see Statlander sell as well as she did, because like Riho sold so poorly. I was afraid that they might start pulling back on some of the women, but like they're proving that some of them can sell really well. So, and I've already bought my Tay Conti. Ty Conti. I've pre-ordered mine for it's supposed to be here later this month. So cool. Happy about that.
I see a message from Gear War Ben saying, introducing himself, saying, "Can I ask to join?" Yes, you can join. I sent out the code. We always like our friends coming and joining us. You may
come on in
the next match, but come and join us.
It's like Dumb and Dumber when they're picking up hitchhikers. Just come on in.
Come on plenty of room. I think there's plenty of room. If there isn't, well, who cares?
Yeah, I think we've had up to like 8 or so, maybe 10 people in here before.
Yeah, a couple weeks
From the
ago we
chat.
had like a bunch of people just like randomly show up and be like, let's get first and take all the points. And I'm like, oh, sure, whatever, just keep watching the shows. Come and follow us here. Maybe donate some bits and sub into the thing. Come on.
There you go. Humper chats.
Not here.
No, I don't. Yeah, I just think that's funny that
Humper
exists.
chats don't pay my bill.
Hello.
Subs do.
Fightful Faithful.
There you go.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think someone the other day was like, donate a Humper chat. I'm like, not here, you don't. Great concept. Not great for me, though.
Donate, so bits and subs.
Subs. Yeah.
Bits and subs. Mess that up.
Gift those subs over.
And you can sub for free with Amazon Prime. Link it to your
yeah.
Twitch. Get Twitch Prime. Costs you literally nothing.
All you gotta do is attach your account. If you go !Prime, it should show you. I just realized that our Streamlabs chatbot is currently not working because I haven't seen any of the Stream Elements chatbot stuff show up.
Well,
That's on
yeah, I
me.
guess it doesn't work.
I have to thanks Ants. I'm sure it's not actually a problem. It's just, I think we've been inactive for a couple of weeks because vacation.
Makes sense.
So blame Jeremy is what I'm thinking. Don't blame me who does the setup stuff. Blame the guy who doesn't stream. There we go. Oh, not this way. Dude, I am sucking on this course. Is Asuka still streaming Supersonic? Like, are releasing YouTube content? Because I know for a while she was, and then she was injured and stopped.
Asuka, like from the WWE?
Yeah. I saw a
Is
message.
she allowed to?
Some of them just say, you know, fuck you.
Oh, really? And they just do it anyways?
But she's not gaming. She's like, her vlog is like stuff that she picks up. Like food stuff. I don't know. I can't explain maybe why she gets away with it, but yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, it was like Kana-chan is her channel. It could also have been one of those things. Oh, that was awful. But yeah. Oh, it's been 2 years since she did her YouTube channel. I'm gonna look it up. Like I know that she's put stuff out while she's been like out. Kana-chan TV.
Oh, looks like we got someone else in here. Sounds like my brother just walked through the front door too.
That would be. I'm assuming that's Ben who got in there.
Hello, Ben. Welcome to the. Oh, he said. You know what? He just. I'll hit you back there, buddy. Hello.
I just talk. Yeah, no. So, Asuka has put out content. Like she did something last month, and 3 months ago. So, it's all food stuff. I just don't think she cares.
I mean, some of them, like, it honestly just. I mean, yeah. Some of them just don't care at this point if they're even there. So it's just like, what's the worst you can do? Get rid of me? Like, perfect.
Like, I think she's been legitimately injured, but like, that's her case. But yeah, some of them are just like, nah, good shit.
Yeah.
But they still respect some of the wishes. Oh, I just got 2 for 1 on that one. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, but I would like to see Asuka back sooner than later. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm a fan of hers for sure. Like, you know, I think that she could be. She could have been an even bigger deal than like I thought her like NXT was great. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you know.
Oh, you just turned into that.
I did because I was going for the shortcut and it went right into it. Didn't work out. But I'm just so disconnected from the product that I didn't know she wasn't on the show. So but I mean, I hope she gets better. I mean, gets healthy soon and everything. Like she's a great performer.
Yes.
Got him.
Man, who'd have thunk taking 2 weeks off of this game made me a better player. Or everyone just sucks. I don't know. No. Oh god, I suck. Oh, everything's awful. I'm in shambles. I need a faster vehicle. That's what I need. Oh, baby. Where were your seats last night, anyway?
So it was section 103, which was like, it's hard to. They were good seats. I could see everything really, really well. And they were up high enough, and there wasn't anyone like super tall in front of me or anything, so I could see everything all show.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that worked out great. That's the main reason that I rarely ever will do floor seats of any kind, unless I know that I'm either in the very front, or if I'm going somewhere that'll let me stand behind if I want to.
Gotcha.
Because I've wasted money before in the past getting like really good floor seats, and then like but it's like second row or whatever, and like the person in front of me is so tall that I can't. Oh,
dude, I got
he just got me.
At the end.
But yeah, they were good. I was kind of had to turn to the right a little bit, but it was like ring, entrance ramp, like got a good. I took a picture that I put on Twitter. It gives a pretty good perspective of kind of what I was looking at all night. But yeah, man, yeah, that was just a good show. Danielson, super over. Love the post match, on the mic and everything, talking about tearing Ellen Angel's MCL and how the crowd didn't even know what that means and all this stuff. I mean, it's just good stuff. Like Danielson as a heel is awesome. And he's not even, I mean, like, and he's still so liked that, like, I don't know how long a heel run lasts for him, because like he's gonna get cheered for just being this awesome, but like it's perfect how they've done this with him and Hangman, because like in all honesty, there's legitimate doubt, and this is like wrestling at its absolute best to me, is Hangman Page took him 3 years to win this title, and now I'm at a point already like a month out where like Danielson has been built so well that like I could see him beating Hangman. Like I really don't know who's gonna win in 2 weeks. A winner is coming, and I'll love that as a wrestling fan, and especially because I'm a huge fan of both guys, so it's like a total win-win.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, so I mean, I what a great story too. Just beat the shit out of the entire Dark Order on your way to the guy that they all look up to. Like,
dude, it's not even that. You're beating the shit out of each member of the Dark Order in their respective hometowns.
In their own hometowns, yeah.
Like
exactly.
That is a story I love.
Yeah, that's very true. That's the definite icing on the cake. Because like next week you got John Silver in Long Island or wherever they're at, New York.
Yeah. And you know what I'm looking forward to? What I want them to do, and I thought they would do it this week, is have 10. I thought this week they'd have 10 come out and get beat up, and then have Anna Jay come out and get into the bell lock and like force Hangman to watch, and then lead to Silver making the save. But not the case. Instead, what I want is Silver to get beat up at Dynamite, and then Reynolds to come out and be like, I want you at Rampage. And that way Reynolds, cool, who's also from Long Island, gets his shot.
Oh, I had the ink in my face and I couldn't see that bomb in front of me.
Bamboozled.
It'd be cool is if he's like, I'm not gonna wrestle that guy on Rampage, but I know a guy, Infinito. He'll take him on.
Your ass. Yes.
Yeah. If that's actually Danielson, that's hilarious. That's the coolest thing ever. If he's actually that other dude in the mask, like, as a totally separate character, like a non-related, just random masked wrestler. Like,
Hey man,
that's so awesome.
He saw Too Fast, Too Fuego and was like, I gotta get in on this.
I mean, I don't know if that's him or not. I'm sure people are like trying to figure out if it is. That's like the big rumor.
Yeah.
But like, that's like the coolest thing ever.
It's silly and it's amazing all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because, like, you know, Orange Cassidy did that for so much of his career, doing the whole ant colony thing. Mm-hmm. And, like, I think that's... Like, Danielson, if that is, in fact, Danielson doing that, like, because that's just for the love of the game. Like, there's no benefit really to him, like, because he's Bryan Danielson. Like, he doesn't have to be doing any, like, a second gimmick of any, like, you know what I mean? Like, he probably just loves the idea of something like that if it is him.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out there and put over other guys as this is complete non-known you. Just go over there, make everyone else look good as Infinito or whatever, and then have a completely separate career as Bryan Danielson. But then again, it might not even be him. I don't know.
Exactly. Oh, apparently that bomb you hit was from Ben.
That was perfectly placed, Ben. I had the squid ink in my face, so I couldn't see, and I hit a little ramp. And right when I landed, the bomb blew up in my face. I didn't even see the bomb sitting there, so...
That's so funny.
Got me.
So apparently Megadeth just released their own cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay.
So you know Megadeth, you know the band. You know the song. So you know the song Peace Sells?
Probably.
It's like their main song, and the tag is
okay.
Peace Sells, but who's buying? Someone just tweeted out Peace Sells, but who's buying our new cryptocurrency? Just isn't as catchy.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh, love it. The guy who tweeted out is a big AEW fan.
That's cool.
He's awesome. He's a streamer here. Big Twitch streamer.
Oh yeah.
Jason Paradise, my friends. Go follow Jason Paradise.
I'm not saying that they're doing this. I just get really skeptical with any of these new cryptocurrencies that the ones that I'm not saying they're doing this, but so many people are doing those rug pull schemes now where like they just pump and dump.
I mean, like, not to be a shithead towards MJF, but like kind of did that with his own crypto.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot.
That's what he wants you to know.
But I think wasn't a part of that he was like pretty much telling people like what they were getting into, like he's a heel and like he was gonna rip everyone off, and like if you want to get ripped off by MJF, like he was gonna let you do it.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I could be wrong about that, but yeah, I've seen way too many because what they're calling them now is shit coins. Like that's actually like, and it's like, dude, this is. But it's also kind of on. I mean, it's on the celebrity or whoever who's putting it out there, because it's like it should be just straight up illegal what they're doing, but it's also cryptocurrency, so it's hard to regulate. But like,
there's no regulation at all.
Exactly, but it's like it's also kind of on you as like a fan to be like, you're investing in something called a shit coin. Like, don't you see something like this coming? Like, like it's called a fucking shit coin. Like, yeah. Might not be the most reliable form of investing. But some of them pop off, and that's what the whole gamble is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gamble. It's exactly it. One of you assholes are gonna get hit by those shells. Here we go. Oh, I got boomed on that. So.
There's a short power there that I didn't know about.
Is that it? Yeah, that sucked for me.
I'll be back in 1 second.
No, you won't. You never come back.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll be right back, and y'all never saw
shows
me
up.
again.
That's right. What's going on, chat? How we doing? How we living? Are we surviving tonight? Are we watching Impact? I'm gonna watch Impact later, I think. Are we not watching wrestling ever again? Because wrestling is the worst. I know. I get it, guys. I do. Let's get this link out. Fightful Gaming. Huh! Oh no! He's gonna come and go. He's not gonna be here. Jensen's gonna drop this one. I know it. He's gonna drop this. He's gonna drop this one. You know this? Dude, there were so many banana peels on that last course. I'm sure I hit one. I'm sure I hit 7. My local wrestling entity, my local indie, just announced that they are coming back December 23rd. I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. They got anything announced for it?
Not yet in terms of talent, but it's Channing Decker's company. You know Channing Decker?
I know the name, but...
Yeah, he's a good dude. He brings in a lot of like the ECW guys, but he also has a lot of local, like the Buffalo Boys all come through here. RJ City does a lot of stuff with this company too.
Nice. I wonder if he'll get my boy Joshua Bishop then, because he's from Buffalo.
It's entirely possible.
The Rip City Shooters are all from Buffalo. Joshua Bishop, damn it, I hate the lightning. Joshua Bishop, Wes Barkley, and Brickster are all Buffalo dudes.
I saw Daniel Garcia live for the first time through this company. They're called Greektown Wrestling. If any of you are in Toronto and interested, Greektown Wrestling.
And that makes sense too, because he's a Buffalo guy.
Yep. Puff is on like every show. I saw Puff versus Too Cold on a card. Too Cold Scorpio.
Hell yeah.
And it was an amazing match. Like they actually told a story and it was actually entertaining as hell. Because like, you know, Puff is like the dancer guy, right?
Right.
Like, he's all fun and games. And he wanted to have a match with Too Cold that was like, he just wanted to have a dance off. And Too Cold's like, no man, I want to beat your ass. And eventually, like, they do this whole kind of comedy spot where it's Puff trying to get him to dance and, like, mess around. And then Too Cold, like, plays along. And then when they start the dance off, he just beats the shit out of Puff to start the match. And, like, it's the perfect setup. It was just such an entertaining show.
That's awesome. One of my favorite matches of, like, recent times, especially for, like, GCW, was Too Cold Scorpio and Grim Reaper had a match not that long ago. That was,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was awesome. They were like smoking. They were like trying to make sure the joint didn't go out during the match and stuff. And then afterwards, like Scorpio beats him with, I can't remember what he hit him with, like the tumbleweed or one of those like backflip like drop things he does. And then and Reefer was on the ground, like, you know, knocked out after the match, and Scorpio revived him by putting a joint in his mouth. This is awesome.
As one does.
Yes.
That's awesome. I love it. So yeah, very excited. Very excited to see that.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. My brother showed me through the door here. He brought over some gelt.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Chocolate coins, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about.
Dude, it's been so long.
Oh man, I just want to dreidel in a long ass time.
Oh man, do you do like dreidel tricks?
Dreidel tricks? No, I mean all I can do is spin the thing. What do you mean dreidel tricks?
Just like flip it upside down, like spin it on its head instead of on the top part.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
You should do it. It's great.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try that. I don't know if I even have any dreidels.
You gotta find one. Oh, Poppy just came on.
Oh, my Limp Bizkit stopped playing. You're reminding me.
There you go.
It asked if I was still. You still listening? It's like, I'm always listening. Limp Bizkit.
Did I got Hell.
Yeah, I usually wuss out on those boosts. Like, I'll start it, then realize I've been holding it down too long, and then break before the thing, like, pops. No. Every now and then I get a good one, but... Oh, and also, I didn't mention this, but Fate almost worked out perfectly yesterday. It didn't, but there was a lot of traffic, as there usually is, like, in Atlanta, but, like, I was trying to get out to the show really early last night, and like left way early, but wound up not having enough time to do what I'm about to say. But we found out that there was a Dave & Buster's less than 2 miles from the venue,
Of course.
so we were gonna roll over there and like get free food over there, because like we have like, you know, money on like the like there's certain things you can buy with tickets like
Right.
off the menu. So we were gonna like eat over there before the show. But the trip took almost 3 times longer than it should have, without traffic. Like, but like we had to leave, you know, kind of around 5 o'clock, which, you know, this is what it is. But it almost worked out to where I almost still got some DMBs in yesterday, but I have to go back next week. And
Just do it tomorrow, man.
well, the thing is, Wednesdays is half off. That's why we.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, if BMBs was half off other days of the week, I'd go there more often for sure. Especially because I think I've told you they have like those like Xbox achievement style.
Yes.
Achievement style. Yeah, so you can win more playing credits through that. I think they have like free hamburgers and stuff. Like after you like win certain so you get like food. And last time I went, I played completely for free and left with a unfortunately my phone's too old to where like it doesn't work how I want it to, but like yeah, I got like one of those like mobile like charging for like your phone, like those like boxes that you can like use like if you don't have power or something to like so you can like charge USB devices and stuff. I got one of those at Dave & Buster's last week, and literally paid nothing to play because I was playing just off of free credits that I was winning through the app achievements.
Gotcha.
Oh, Joel! Oh no, you got me! Oh man, dude! Oh
My
man,
arm was
I was
hell the whole time too.
I was gaining on you at the end there. Like I was about to pass you, and your bump, that defense got, man, that worked.
Whew. Whew. That worked indeed. We all got into that top 3. That's close.
Yes. I still have the crown though.
I know, I hate it. It's because you got the first win, I think. Or because you're top.
I should have, yeah, because I'm on top of the. But I hope we get the Excite Bike one. Honestly, that's my favorite course in the thing. I should have chose that.
Let's see. Oh,
it's all right.
Oh, rainbow again.
We'll all collectively choose Excite Bike the next time we have the option.
Yes, please.
That's the best because you can it's just ramps and hitting the trick button over and over. Super speed.
Oh man, I'm all for it.
What other what kind of stuff are you? Do you have anything like you're cooking for Hanukkah, like that you're planning to cook, like any kind of Jewish food type stuff?
Not really. Like I made burgers tonight, which is completely unrelated to burgers.
Were they kosher burgers?
Kosher style. Dude, kosher meat is expensive. I live in a city that doesn't exactly like we have kosher options, but Jesus Christ, kosher food is expensive.
Yes.
But yeah, did burgers. But other than that, I've always wanted to make my own latkes. I've never done it. Like I didn't grow up making them. My mom did.
Right.
And like she never showed us. I'm sure if I asked her, she'd show me. And I probably will, like, next time I'm at home visiting them. Which is probably going to be very soon.
My dad's friend has got a few deer this season.
Yeah.
So like, I've been eating a lot of venison.
Oh, that's so good too.
Oh, dude, it's the best. And like, it's mainly be getting like, they like get it ground up, so like you can just make burgers out of it real easy and stuff. And then he gave me a couple back straps today also. So.
Hey,
yeah.
Issa, how you doing?
Issa!
What's going on?
How are you and little Roman doing?
Can you escape Roman? I know you choose not to. Because the dang thing is so
yeah, he's the man. I actually, no joke, like, true story, not just making this up because Issa's in here right now.
I know you're
but,
you're lying.
I can prove it if I have to, but, because I do little I put me and my brother's Christmas stockings on my fireplace here at my place, and my stepmom found the stocking for my Yorkie was named Kirby, our little family Yorkie. And he had his own little stocking for it's a very, very small stocking for the chimney for the holidays, and she found it, and I put it up today actually. So I was thinking of my Yorkie today, and Issa's got my favorite living Yorkie out there. So yeah, he's the best. He's still in the background of my computer right now.
Of course.
It's him watching me and Jesse talk about wrestling. It's like,
no, that's
we've been talking about making that into merchandise forever. Probably should.
Do it. What's the worst that could happen? You make it?
Make it, no one gets it.
Exactly. I've been thinking about making stuff for my podcast, and I'm like, who's going to buy this shit? And I thought to myself, what's the worst that could happen? Nobody buys this shit. He's sabotaging. Man, life with a dog. I didn't grow up.
Not just any dog. Oh, yeah. Those Yorkies are cool though. Yeah. Well, I like, they're so small, like, but they have like all this personality. Like, it's,
yeah.
They're cool.
What's going on, Ricardo? How you doing? What are you up to? Also, what concert did you go to the other day? Ricardo.
Ooh, Ricardo?
Yeah, Ricardo the other day like popped into a stream and was like, just popping in to say, hey, I'm going to a concert tonight. And I was like, what concert? And he was already gone. Nice. Usually when he big times me, it's because he's going to a fun concert.
He's like, yeah, it was not much fun. I was at Travis Scott.
Exactly.
I was at Astroworld. Was it, man? Oh, dude, you don't even want to know.
It's like, no, I don't. But I also know Ricardo's in the metal, so some of the times I know he's going to see. Oh, man. I think the other day he was like, oh, you saw Opeth? Dude, that's a fucking great show. And Mastodon. I haven't seen Mastodon live, but I've seen Opeth a handful of times. They are so good live. A lot of fun to watch. And listen
I don't know about that. I know of Mastodon, though.
Yeah. Opeth are like kind of... They used to be more of a death metal thing, but they've become more kind of like broad jazz metal type. I can't explain them anymore, but they're really entertaining and really talented. Really stoner rocky is what they've become.
Huh. Okay, I probably really like it.
You might actually. I got so excited that I finished in 7th place. I screwed the pooch on that one. How was the show though, Ricardo? Because those two bands put on good shows. Oh, just got a stretch in and I felt my back crack.
Yeah. Man, I used to get, I'm sure I talked about it before, but like I worked at a massage clinic for like years, so I used to get like 90-minute massages like weekly, and like my body was feeling great and everything. And now it's like if I got a massage, I guarantee you, because it's been so long, it's been years, that like I'd get a massage and then I'd stretch after, and everything would probably start popping. Like I'd just be like, because I can feel even like, especially on like my neck and stuff, like from being hunched over at like the computer and shit, like. But if I went to a chiropractor, it'd just be like gunshots going off. Like,
Oh no, you got to get to that Bo Hightower gimmick.
what is that?
I got
Issa, if you're still in here, if you have a Nintendo Switch, feel free to join in on this. I don't know if you have Switch or not, but
I got a code and everything. After I potentially lose this, I will give you the code. As I'm listening to the Beatles. Have you watched, are you a Beatles fan? Have you watched Get Back?
I haven't watched that. I do like them though. There was a time in my life where I was very into them.
Okay.
So yeah, I particularly like John Lennon. Like I really liked what kind of he stood for. It was like some guy like replaced the original at some point and everything.
Yeah. I just tossed the code in the chat if anyone wants to come and join us.
It's like with like wrestling fans that like used to be fans, but like will tune in after not watching for a long time, and they'll think like Rey Mysterio isn't the same Rey Mysterio from.
That's right. Yeah. Sometimes they're right about that in wrestling.
Yeah,
hey,
like
is
there's
this the
a
same
few.
Sin Cara?
This La Parka looks a little different.
Why is this one fat and this one not? No
That's
worries,
the most
man.
confusing character lore in like wrestling history.
Yeah.
Is like it was like the original La Parka from WCW became LA Park.
Yep.
But then the La Parka name and gimmick was owned by AAA, so a completely new La Parka became La Parka, but LA Park was still wrestling with the same costume. And then like the not original La Parka like died a couple years ago, and like the original La Parka, LA Park, still wrestles on like MLW.
Yeah.
That's so wild. Like, especially because that's the same dude that was wrestling in the 90s. Like,
it's nuts. Like I couldn't tell you. Like I couldn't tell them apart for a long time. And then
well, no,
eventually
it was.
Oh, it's some of his sons, some of his it's part of his family and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Ricardo mentioned Sin Cara. That was a weird one too, because like it was Sin Cara or Mystico, and then it was
Mystical.
but it was like Unico was the fake Sin Cara, but then became the real Sin Cara.
Yeah.
When Mystico got released.
Yeah.
So Sin Cara Negro or whatever they called him, because it was like Negro and Azul were like the two that were wrestling each other for like the rights to the name. But yeah. Anyway.
This is such a weird piece of story.
And Mystico just like went back to being Mystico, but never got the buzz back that he had before he went to the WWE.
And he had like a whole bunch of trademark issues too.
Yeah.
Because he was also like Miss Disease, and then all this other shit like made no sense.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was all because he couldn't get the names trademark. It was the same thing. Like Penta had the same problem because he couldn't get Pentagon Junior, and then like there's the whole he had to be Penta, and then Penta L0M, Penta L0 Miedo. Like he had to change his stupid name a million times.
Yeah.
People afterwards are just like, fuck this, he's Pentagon.
Yeah, exactly.
Call him by the name we know him as.
Like, I think Pentagon L0M is like one of the worst ring names in wrestling.
Penta L0M? Yes.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Like, there's no way that they wouldn't be allowed to go with like either Penta or Pentagon or something. Like something that wasn't, I don't know. That guy annoys the hell out of me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I talk about it often, but like
just the believability?
No, the just infinite amount of Sarah Mirdos. It's so. It'd be different if he was doing it and then like it led to him doing like offense, but it's always him doing it and then like it costs him. Like he does it and then they do a move to him because he's taking too long doing the stupid thing. But he's a very good wrestler. Like he's great in the ring. It's just that it always takes me out of it when he keeps stopping to do the damn thing, and it's just like I don't know. I just can't get over it. I loved him in Lucha Underground. I thought he was incredible in Lucha Underground.
And that was the breakout in the U.S. in North America.
Yeah. But now, like, if I had to choose him or Phoenix, for instance, for like any singles match, like I'm going Phoenix 100% of the time. Like, I just think he's way better in the ring. But
Ben, thanks for joining us, man. It was fun to have you in our little tournament game here.
Yeah, for sure, Ben.
Every Thursday so far, we've just been playing Mario Kart, talking about wrestling, hanging out, and it's a nice little way to relax on a Thursday night.
Yeah. I think maybe we'll do this last one and get out of here.
I think you're on the right track, my friend.
Let's do it. I can smell my brother brought fried chicken home.
Hell yes.
Yeah, that Publix fried chicken, which is really good. Super slept on.
All right.
Way better for people who have Publix around, because I know it's only in like a handful of states, but like I'm telling y'all, and there's gonna be people out there that think this is like blasphemous, but like it is. I think Publix chicken is infinitely better than KFC, like infinitely better.
Okay, I hear you.
And like KFC gets a lot of praise for their fried chicken, and like
I mean, yeah. It's the WWE stuff.
Well, yes, but I'd honestly put it up there against really like any of the Popeyes or anywhere that you would regularly, get fried chicken. Like I think Publix might have the best fried chicken out there.
Okay.
Got him.
I just realized my smart steering is in
with the motion control?
No, smart steering where it takes you away from doing anything off course. So like cutting through stuff.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. I just realized it was on. Oh, so I haven't been able to like mess around with going through shortcuts and stuff. Like unofficial shortcuts.
Yeah, oh, I gotcha. I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's a few like spots where you can skip part of the.
Yeah.
But it isn't like a shortcut. I gotcha.
Yeah. Oh my god. First hitting that lightning. Like there's a big straightaway here that's curved, and it won't let me drive through it. It makes me take the actual road.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that that's even like a setting that anyone would want to choose.
I think it's because of children.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of like putting the bumpers on like a bowling alley or something.
Yeah, exactly. I think it steered me right away from the bumpers. Oh, finished. Right.
I saw on the map. I saw your little character do a little somersault right on the finish line.
What a wipeout!
The king.
There it is. All right, let's get out of here. Jensen, plug them.
Follow me on Twitter, #FightTalk_. Make sure to keep showing love over there. Jessie Davin. Say something nice to her on Twitter @Jessie the Buckeye. I'm trying to get in touch with her soon about. I want to do something soon, like to help her out, like on the channel or something. So just stay updated to my Twitter. I'm hoping to do a little. We'll put it this way. Like I feel like sometime, hopefully in the next couple weeks, because there's been so much support for her, that I might be able to do a stream or something where we can like raise some money for her family, like because obviously she's been in the hospital all this time. So stay up to date on my Twitter for that, because when I get something figured out, just been thinking about her a lot. So yeah, that's all I've got to plug.
I'm at Joel Pearl, JoelPearl. If you haven't already, join us here on twitch.tv/Fightful Gaming. And we're doing content all the time. And youtube.com/Fightful Distraction if you want to see some stuff, including the VODs for this, if you missed it live. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, we'll see you definitely this weekend. We'll be around. And until then, good night.